Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's the last game before the World Cup, before a month of a break, a month and a half of a break almost. And then we have the EFL Cup draw against Liverpool. I mean, the EFL Cup almost is like we're facing Chelsea, we're facing Liverpool. It's almost like we have the toughest path if you have to win the trophy. So that will be interesting how our defense of the EFL Cup will go. Brentford is going to be a very interesting match, I would say. They are showing the stats in with regards to the highest number of players from each club, and Bayern Munich has 16 players being represented from them, and City are also at tie with 15. So it's with 16. So there'll be quite a lot of players involved from City in the World Cup. Vinay is here. Hey Vinay, how are you doing? He says, I don't like this lineup. To be honest, Vinay, the defense is good, the midfield is good. But yeah, for me, I know where you come from. It's either you want either Bernardo Silva or Gundogan, only one to play. And I know that whenever he tries to play KDB, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva, it always hasn't gone well for us. You go back to Newcastle, you go back to Crystal Palace, that sort of a first half. So it's always, this lineup has always not gone according to plan. I was actually surprised that he didn't start Mahrez today. Mahrez looked absolutely fantastic against Chelsea, especially in the second half. In the second half against Chelsea, I think in the sort of that first 10-15 minute period when the second half started, Mahrez was borderline unplayable. He was just so good, Riyad Mahrez, turning inside, outside. It's surprising that he's not started Mahrez today. Nice as Gundo moves in pockets, Silva at wings, KDB and Rodri are alone. Foden is on the left, and also I'm a little bit surprised that he's not got on Jack Grealish, because Grealish has also looked very good in that second half, and I just thought he would give him a game to sort of continue his form and stuff, but he has decided against doing it. And another mention to Alvarez. Alvarez also had to play, but we know Haaland's in there. But you know what I sort of expected? I sort of expected that Alvarez starts on the left wing and Foden starts on the right wing. Foden not really, I mean, Foden had to start. He didn't play last two matches. So Foden on the left wing. So that was my lineup. I was like, the first time we'll be able to see how Foden and Alvarez together on the wings along with Haaland can work. But I don't know why, but Pep doesn't seem to like playing Alvarez on the wings. It's almost like Alvarez plays up front or not. I think that's a sort of unfair on Alvarez as well. He has got the technical abilities, I would say, to literally play in Gundogan position, Julian Alvarez. That's how good Julian Alvarez is on the ball. His tight control, his recognition of space. You saw the cross which Julian Alvarez gave to Mahrez, right? For our second goal. So against Chelsea. It was just fantastic. Nice as Pep will do Pep things no matter what. That's true, that's true. He- I don't know why he's very stubborn on playing Grealish Mahrez together or playing Bernardo Silva along with Gundogan and KDB. He doesn't want Bernardo Silva to miss out. Thank God he's not played Jack Grealish on the left wing today. That would just have been so boring, right? Grealish and Bernardo Silva both cutting in, doing the same thing. That would just have been stupid. But for me, I think this will be an interesting match. Brentford will press. They will press high. I don't expect Brentford to sit back. Just a player to keep an eye on. Rico Henry is someone who's been. I think he plays at left back for Brentford and is like been very good for them. So he's a player we'll have to keep an eye on. He drives forward as well, but I do think it will be a high press game, and whenever we have seen teams come at us, it just makes it a bit more competitive. Even Tony, interesting. That was an early ploy with Brentford. I think that keeper just coming forward and just kicking it long, very fast. Good to see Akanji playing at centre back. There is certainly a game plan that Brentford have come out with early from the kickoff. Don't know what, but Bernardo Silva in there just clearing the nonsense, is telling what the hell is this? I just clear it all up. Good to see Cancelo back again after the suspension. But maybe I think Destiny had that suspension in its path because the way Pep was excited about it. After that match, I'm surely convinced that Pep will extend his contract and stay. Fingers crossed, but I think because talks are that he will begin discussing his contract extension things with the club. That's what sources are telling in this World Cup break. So I do hope that he stays for at least another 3 4 years. And it's not about trophies. When Pep was talking in an interview, I think day before yesterday, that more than trophies, it's whether he's enjoying the football or not. That fun element will be the thing that will convince him to extend the contract. And that Fulham game actually showed that the fun element is still there. That sense of enjoyment is still there for Pep. So I really expect Pep Guardiola to stay at least 3 4 years. It's not for the trophies again. I was saying before, because we could maybe bring another manager with the squad we have, with the resources we have. If it's a good tactical manager, he's half as good as Pep. Still, he might be able to win trophies. But I think we need Pep here to bring that academy system to life. We need Pep here to complete the final stage mission, the final mission of City's academy system. I think that is what is important. I don't think any other manager in the world can do that except Pep Guardiola. Create that academy system for us and literally start the supply chain like what happened at La Masia. Brentford with the kick out, and the centre backs are split wide, and Jose Raya just bluffs it and goes. Wow, everyone. Second ball, second ball, second balls. Even Tony is in. Excellent bit of goalkeeping from Ederson there. Wonderful bit of goalkeeping from Ederson. It's not even Tony, it's Mbumo, I think, who's in, but City need to be careful here. That's what Brentford have been living for. That 1-2s of the striker. We would literally have been 1-0 down there. Mbumo almost ran through. Erling Haaland picks up the ball. Erling Haaland does well to lay the ball off to Joao Cancelo, who arrives in the box. Joao Cancelo tries to cross, but it's always the keepers. Cancelo should have recycled it maybe to Kevin De Bruyne, I think. Edison does really well there. Edison does extremely well. But we need to be careful of that 1-2. I think it was Stones over there who has got ball watching. Akanji was almost involved in the duel, so Stones has to go with the runner. The runner can't. It's as simple as that. The runner can't just go alone. You have to follow the runner from the midfield, not from the midfield, but the strike partner. Mbumo generally drops into the midfield a bit. So Stones is struggling a bit here. I think City are under the cosh here. City are under the cover here. We just need to defend well. A cross is coming into the box. That's well cleared. Second ball, second ball, second ball. That's well done by Rodri. Good defensive work. That was a blunder by John Stones. The action earlier where Mbumo, I think he just ran through on goal, which Edison saved. That was surely a big blunder. Good switch of play. Joao Cancelo. Here almost the ball from Cancelo almost found Haaland there, but Cancelo has another chance to put the ball in. Gundo, just recycle it, Gundo. There's absolutely no space over there. I don't know what Gundogan was. trying to do there, trying to play a 1-2, and absolutely three players were around Foden over there. Joao Cancelo. We're misplacing our passes today. Rodri, Phil Foden in space. Just becoming difficult to find Erling Haaland, but Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva slips there, and Brentford are on a counter attack. What a mess over there. What a mess that was. Edison didn't try catch it or try to punch it, and then and the ball just goes into the path of the Brentford player. We are defensively a mess today. Don't know what's happening. Look at that. Look at the crossing from Brentford. Edison saves too, exactly. This one, yeah, it's almost a double save as well. I think from Ederson, we are looking rocky here again. It's that Bernardo Silva thing. I think it's not working there. Bernardo Silva on the right wing. We need to be careful here. We need to get through the face. It's a corner for Brentford. Brentford are all over us like a rash. Brentford are bloody all over us. Akanji was on the line, but probably it would have gone in. Again, Cancelo, I bet he was caught out of. Sorry, John Stones, he was again caught out of position there. It's a corner swung in, and Edison catches it. John Stones is just not able to deal with the right hand side. Erling Haaland's there. The ball was just there. Erling Haaland, Gundogan had a chance to switch, but I guess there was no one on that flank to switch it. Akanji there. I don't know what we are doing today defensively. Akanji with the mistake. Bloody hell, everybody making mistakes today. Everybody making mistakes in the defense. Stones committed a couple of blunders a few minutes ago. Now Akanji with the mistake. Cancelo was out of position just a few. Oh, what the hell, Pep? Just turn the cameras to Pep. I would want to see what Pep is doing. Camera has not shown Pep even once now. He might be just fuming on the touchline. Tactically, I think Brentford have got us covered on the wide areas. I think Brentford have gone man to man. Rodri there, Cancelo, Akan, John Stones. They're just trying to pass it into Haaland and nothing else. Phil Foden, the ball goes to Phil Foden from Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne gets the ball. That was almost a classic De Bruyne Haaland chance. Wow, what a cross from Kevin De Bruyne and what an attempt by Erling Haaland. Wow. That was just so close. Margin, don't think he was offside anyway. Haaland. Corner for City swung in deep. Ah, Erling Haaland just mistimed a shot over there. Oh, was it a deflection? Yes, it was surely a deflection. Haaland doesn't mistime it like that. It was surely a deflection. Another corner. The corners have been taken well today. Both the corners. But defensively, we look shaky. Actually, when they look shaky defensively, it could just be the numbers could come here today. The numbers could just turn up today. I don't know why we have been given so many games before Arsenal. I mean, it could be a positive thing, you do not know, but I think the last week, the week before, every time we have played before Arsenal, Gundogan, Akanji, we're just not going anywhere with the centre backs passing out. I think out of position, Brentford are going man to man here, so it's becoming difficult. That's why they're always going back to Ederson. Pep has to solve this dilemma there. Akanji, Ederson. That's why he's just trying to play long balls, Ederson. There's no spare man for him to pass the ball out. There's absolutely no spare man. Pep really needs to solve this, I think. We are almost caught in a sort of a tactical strangle here. I think this is what De Zerbi tried to do. And Haaland scored the goal, so he couldn't do. And Thomas Frank is just doing it today. Brentford surely are going man to man here. There's no second thing about it. Kevin De Bruyne. Wonderful piece of skill by Kevin De Bruyne. Ah, Foden, I think it was who couldn't collect the ball cleanly. I think it is in matches like these you need Riyad Mahrez more than a Bernardo Silva. I know both have tight control, but Riyad Mahrez, he almost is a natural winger. He almost has the tendency to occupy those attacking spaces which Bernardo Silva doesn't quite have. He's not a natural winger. That's an awful ball by Ederson there. Again, so many misplaced passes. Defense shaky. We have not started off well here today. That's again a good header one. And Gundogan comes out with the ball. Do we have a chance of a counter attack here? It's almost a 3v3 at the back. Phil Ford and Phil just turns him. Ah, the move is kept alive by Phil Ford and Rodri. Rodri recycles it back to John Stones. Ken Shallow there. Trying to do his stupid skills. Camden is here. He says, do you see Arteta returning to City when Pep leaves? It's difficult counting. I don't see Arteta returning to City when Pep leaves because until then Arteta would have actually built a core at Arsenal, built an entire system at Arsenal. Until then he would have developed those working relationships with the sporting director over there, with the chairman over there, a lot of these things. So I know he has all of that at City, but I don't think he will return back to City, leaving what he has constructed from scratch at Arsenal. That is difficult. I mean, you never know what can happen in football. I mean, at the end of this season, Arteta could be sacked. That could. I know it's not realistic, but that's how football is. It turns in months. It turns in months. In 2, 3 months, right from a winning manager, you could be out of this club. You never know. For example, if Arsenal drop off this season and they don't get a top four as well, that could very well happen. Arteta might be out of the job. So you never know. But in the present circumstances, I don't see Arteta returning to the club. And honestly, do I want Arteta back in the club? Well, I actually wanted Graham Potter at the club. Everyone knows it. But even when when Graham Potter went to Chelsea, now I actually want De Zerbi to replace Pep. His high pressing football and things like that. The ideas are, they're almost like a breath of fresh air, you could say. See, when a new manager comes, it would be wrong to replace like with like, replace a manager who plays exactly the same style as Pep, that would be boring. I know the ideals of carrying the ball, keeping possession, playing out from the back, they should be there. But I just think the ideals of the new manager who will replace Pep should be a little bit different from Pep. Like, for example, you see Dejerby, his high pressing, a bit brash. He doesn't care a bit, care that much about defense. You know, those sort of a things. So I want that sort of a manager. It's a goal from Brentford. Brentford scores. It's even Tony. Brentford scores. City are 1-0 down. Brentford scores. This was coming. This was absolutely coming. The way Brentford were playing, this was surely coming. We were just not there on the field. The mind was just not there. You could actually sense it. The mind was just not there. He's surely onside. Even Tony is surely onside. That's a good header by Ivan Tony. That's the only thing you could say. It was a good header by Ivan Tony. More than that, you cannot say anything. Should Ederson have saved it? Maybe bit more of a leap. It wasn't sort of a power header or something, but maybe you could say that Ederson should have saved it. You don't know. At least now City should wake up from the slumber. We've been piss poor in this first 15 minutes. We've been absolutely poor. That ball almost fell through. That ball almost fell through. Onyeka is down. They score a goal and already they are starting. Mate, it's just the 17th minute. Why are you trying to waste time? It's not a head injury as well. We need to respond very fast. We need to respond as fast as possible. Kenji, Kenshalo, the touches have been poor today. I don't know why. Kevin De Bruyne, that almost was a chance for Phil Foden, I think. Just didn't get there. It was almost a good chance for Phil Foden. Foden just didn't get there. We need to at least get back on 11 terms before the break. Otherwise, this game could be absolutely tormenting. Referee having some words with Ivan Toni, but looking back on the goal, it was they were just a good couple piece of headers, and that's all. No one could have done anything. But apart from the goal, I think our play has been piss poor overall. That was the reason why the goal went in. I would have been happy if you had been playing well and the goal went in. That's fine, you can still score. But the way we were playing has also been poor. So that is one of the reasons why I would say Brentford actually deserved that goal. Rodri, Laporte, Akanji, Akanji, Cancelo, Foden. City are almost camping on Brentford's half. I think we need to make this possession count. Rodri, Aymeric Laporte, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva's just not been good at all. I don't know why Pep just keeps on playing Bernardo Silva in that wing position when it's actually not that effective. Everyone knows. Why does he try to just fit in Bernardo Silva every time? I will never know. Aymeric Laporte. That's a good ball into Phil Foden. Vinay says this lineup has so much flaws. One is Silva wasted at wings. Exactly. Exactly, Vinay. I don't know why the hell Gundogan's actually starting. Could just play Bernardo Silva in the midfield, right? Gundogan started in midweek as well. Just give him a rest. Just play Bernardo Silva there. That's it. Problem solved. And just play your Riyad Mahrez or Jack Grealish or whoever on the wings along with Foden. And Pep is doing this mistake again and again and again. I don't understand. That's a good ball there, Bernardo Silva. Passes it back. Bloody hell. To Akanji. Laporte. Foden. Rodri tries to shoot from distance, but the ball goes over. Just not getting any shooting chances from inside the bloody box. Is it a handball? I don't think it's a handball because of the distance to that, and he had his back turned. It would be very harsh to give it as a handball. The keeper will take million minutes for the goal kick. That too away from home, Brentford. The win probability meter said 6% when the game started for Brentford. Now it has gone to 24%. Akanji does well here. Akanji does very well, and the ball is recycled very well. Ball is with Cancelo, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri, Akanji, Gundogan, Haaland. Ah, Vinay says why Cancelo can't put in direct cross. I do not know. Honestly, I do not know. And Cancelo as well. I know he's been very good. They say he's been the left back of the season so far in the Premier League, but he sometimes does a lot of skills, lot of step overs which are not required. Absolutely do not know why. Kevin De Bruyne with the ball. See now, De Bruyne is also coming deep. This is the effect. Foden, Gundogan does well, and it's a throw into City. Oh, it's a penalty, but why, Vinay? Why it's a penalty? Why is it a penalty? Why is it a penalty? Just seen the referee pointed to the spot, but why? It's a handball. It's clearly a pen, right? It's clearly a pen, right? Handball. Yes, he handled it. Oh no, but the ball is in the box, right? The ball is in the box, right? The ball is in the box, right? When he handled the ball is in the box. Pep Guardiola is walking there. It's a bloody free kick. Ah, that was so close to being a penalty, but the players are appealing now for something. Do they want a penalty? Do they want a penalty? What is it? What is happening? Players are appealing now for something. It looks a bit soft. I think I don't know. I think that's a penalty. I think that's a penalty. I think that's a penalty. No, no, he has not given any penalty. So much drama. We need a bloody goal. So much drama there, and the referee is also, I think, it's not an experienced ref. Absolute drama. Of three penalty appeals, how did we end up not even getting one? Has to be a record with VAR or something. That handball one, Brentford were lucky actually that he just handled outside the box. Otherwise, that was surely a pen. Phil Foden, Edison. We just need to speed our tempo of the game. We just need to go faster. Half of the game we have spent in our bloody half passing from Akanji to Edison to Laporte and whatnot shit. Bernardo Silva. They are just covering up Bernardo Silva, not letting him get inside. That just takes half of it away, half of our attacking strength away. Haaland just not provided service to Haaland today. That should be a corner. Kevin, put a decent ball in. And I says this formation is such a waste. I think the personal are the problem when it's with Bernardo Silva. We're just not getting anything with Bernardo Silva on the wings. That was so close to Gundogan giving it to Haaland there. We're just not getting. I mean, with Bernardo Silva there, it makes the attack so much predictable because Bernardo Silva can't go on the outside. So the Brentford defense can literally they can go narrow on one side. So it just means that Brentford know we predominantly attack only on the left hand side through Foden. Gundogan there, nice ball. Rodri does well to retrieve it. Rodri, nice switch to Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva, KDB to Bernardo Silva. He frees up KDB. What the hell was that shot? John Stones! What the hell was John Stones doing? Shit. Pep Guardiola is very unhappy over there. Another penalty check maybe, but it was not. Surely one of them has to be given. I just hope Brentford don't score another before the break. Otherwise, it would be very difficult. I know we were down 2-0 to Crystal Palace at the break and then recovered. I know, but this is different. Just think he needs to change it up. At least score one before half time. We can go on an even footing into half time. Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Brentford get the ball. That's well defended by Rodri. Sorry, by Cancelo and City get the ball rolling there. Rodri takes the ball. Just need to. We haven't had enough shots on target. That is the thing. We haven't tested the Brentford goalkeeper. Bernardo Silva. And the crosses he's putting in are also shit. I just don't know what is with Cancelo. Sometimes he does out of the foot crosses, and other times he's just shit. And most of the times he doesn't want to cross, he just wants to dribble the ball inside, beating everybody. Cancelo, Foden, Akanji, John Stones, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, and it's bloody offside. After all this, what the bloody hell? I don't know what Pep Guardiola will be saying in the half time. It will be very harsh words, whatever he will be saying. I know it's not the first match this season, 2-0 down to Crystal Palace, 3-1 down to Newcastle, and we have made comebacks in all of those. Brentford are Brentford haven't done anything actually since they've scored the goal. They just sat back, and they don't need to do anything as well. And it's a free kick to Brentford. I know why he's played Bernardo Silva, probably for that preventing the threat of the counter, but then it's not allowing us to attack either. We're not here for a nil-nil draw or something. Bloody hell. And look at where the Brentford keeper is bringing it and kicking it. Oh my god. A waste of a kick. Just hurry up, for God's sake. Bernardo. John Stones has also been pretty useless today. Brentford are just looking for the second balls there. Tony to Mbumo, Mbumo the runner, just go. That's the only tactic which Brentford are following today. Rodri, good pass to Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, for all players, it was a loose touch by Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. And that is a corner. They are doing the same thing time and time again. Bernardo De Bruyne combining. I think you need a Riyad Mahrez or a Jack Grealish, not Jack Grealish, Julian Alvarez here at half time. Another corner and it comes out to bloody nothing. It's just stupid. Gundogan there. There's no space for the midfielders to play. I know they're maintaining the width. We are maintaining the width, but just that the formation is three at the back for Brentford, so they're just covering it up with a back five. Look at that, another goal kick for Brentford. What the hell? They're almost going man to man over there. That was just a good goal from Ivan Tony. You literally, I think, conceding the free kick over there was the only mistake. No defense can defend that goal. Ah! Haaland of all people, but we get the ball back. Kevin De Bruyne there. There's a chance of a counter now. There's a chance of a counter now. Foden had to literally score that. Foden had to score that. How did he miss? What a ball that was. I know it was a difficult chance. It was a difficult chance. Maybe Foden could have held the ball up. We do not know. Foden in and Brentford out. Manuel Akanji finding himself with a crossing chance of all people. And the Brentford keeper collects it. We just have been not been good attacking wise. It's a throw in for Brentford. I can understand if the World Cup round the corner players might not be checked in fully, but the run round the back of Cancelo. Again, it's again the same bloody ball. Edison kicks it out wide to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's there, but quickly, sorry, Kevin De Bruyne's there, but quickly the Brentford players around him. What a ball from Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden, Haaland cannot reach it, which means no one can reach it in the world. Haaland will be thinking about it. What a ball that is from Ederson there. Wonderful ball. Find Kevin De Bruyne. He finds Foden and then Haaland was onside. It's just about Haaland. It's another Brentford free kick. Bloody hell. It has started already the free kicks and stuff. They're already wasting time and it's not even half time. We have to score the next goal if we want to take something from this game. Again the cross and Ederson thankfully collects it. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Akanji, Aymeric Laporte. What the hell is Aymeric Laporte trying to do from there now? Everybody bloody is shooting. That in a way highlights the problem for Pep clearly that his system is just not working for the attack from an attacking point of view. It's just not good enough. When Aymeric Laporte decides to have a shot with Erling Haaland in your attack, with Kevin De Bruyne in your attack, you're talking about the two greatest players. I mean, two very good players, two best players, I would say, in world football at this moment. Still, if Laporte decides to shoot, then something's wrong with your attacking formation. Thankfully, Ederson gets there. Otherwise, I thought that was a second goal for Brentford. Look at that again. It's Mbumo and Ivan Tony Mbumo. We are just not able to deal with it. Laporte does well. Kevin De Bruyne. Ah, recycle the bloody ball, can shallow. Phil Ford and Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne. Of all people, De Bruyne misses the cross, which generally doesn't happen. Phil Ford and Nikai Gundogan. Cross it, can shallow. And it's a corner for City. The cross was good, but Kevin De Bruyne with the corner. I just hope we bloody score from this. And we scored! Goal! Phil Foden scores from a corner! Phil! Come on! This is the boost we needed before halftime! We surely needed this! Phil Foden scoring a goal out of nothing! This is what world class players do! This is what very good players do! What a rocket, right? Absolute rocket. No goalkeeper is saving it. Top corner. Phil Foden. One of our own. Wow. We needed this. We bloody needed this before halftime. For sure, we needed this. It's a City throw. Come on, can we mount another attack before halftime? Can we do it? One more attack. Rodri. Cancelo. Rodri. Cancelo. Kevin De Bruyne. That was not a good ball in, but I think that should be that. Akanji. Bernardo Silva. The referee will blow. Gundogan. Kevin De Bruyne. That should be half time. Bernardo Silva slips over there, and that should be half time. I would say quite a relieving half. That's my first reaction. Honestly, the formation wasn't working. It was not good. Nothing was going well for us. If you really ask me honestly, we didn't deserve to be 1-1 tied with Brentford. We honestly didn't do anything good attacking wise. It was just a piece of individual brilliance, which is sometimes needed. Listen, every time you won't be in full flow, so individual brilliance is needed. But what a rocket that is from Phil Foden. We know he can score things like that, right? That rocket reminds me of the game against Borussia Dortmund, where Phil Foden scored a similar type of a goal. Not this season, I think 2 seasons back against Borussia Dortmund when we went to Champions League final. When we were trialing the tie, Foden scored a rocket there, so that reminded me of it. But it, you sort of knew it would be a penalty or an individual piece of brilliance like that, which would actually bring you out of the misery today. Because honestly, the formation wasn't good. Like you were talking throughout the chat, the formation wasn't good. There were so many flaws around. the way Bernardo Silva was not Bernardo Silva's fault, but the way Bernardo Silva was trying to come inside and he just could not come because Brentford were just locking him over there, and we know that Bernardo Silva doesn't possess express pace. So the Brentford defenders knew what to do with Bernardo Silva. It was a bit predictable. So I actually thought having a Riyad Mahrez or someone would be good. And also, if you want, I can sort of understand from Pep Guardiola's point of view why he was playing Bernardo Silva. The argument from Pep would be to control the tempo of the game, to prevent the counter attack. They're good on the counter attack with Ivan Tony, Mbumo, Rico Henry, Jorgensen from midfield and stuff. But my argument to that is then bloody play Bernardo Silva in the midfield. Keep Gundogan on the bench. He's played against Chelsea almost. He started against Chelsea midweek. Keep him on the bench. Play Bernardo in the midfield. That would playing Bernardo in the midfield would take away the threat of your Mbumo, even Tony playing one-twos. Bernardo would manage that and then play an Alvarez or a Riyad Mahrez on the wing, on the right wing. That would have been perfect. Can't understand these tactics from Pep. Baya Jesus, amazing goal by Foden, but it seems there's no communication between Akanji and Laporte. Exactly, and also, is it the first time that Akanji and Laporte are playing together this season? I maybe think so because every time Akanji has played, as far as I remember, it's been with Ake or Ruben Diaz. I don't remember him playing with Laporte as central defender. So there absolutely seems to be no communication, and Cancelo has just been so frustrating, right? Defensively, he's been, I would say, okay. It's not been super, but he's been okay. A couple of mistakes, but generally he's been okay. But attacking wise, he's the spare man in attack. He's the one who's generally a bit unmarked. He has space. What he decides to do, perform skill moves as if he's giving some skill move show to for programming on FIFA game or something. He always is trying to do skill moves from the last couple of games. I don't understand that. He bloody can do outside of the foot crosses. He bloody can do swerving crosses. His crossing ability is excellent. Why do you want to cut inside, outside, and then give the chance for the defender to recover? I don't understand that thing with Cancelo. Laporte and Akanji, I do understand Vayaji, like you were saying, but I think that partnership will improve. And honestly, for the goal, I think the free kick was the mistake. The way even Tony struck that header, Laporte went for the header, but he just couldn't get it. I don't blame either Akanji or Laporte for the way Tony scored the goal, but I blame all of the play that happened before that. Listen, Brentford could easily have been 2-0 up in this tie, 3-0 up in this tie. And Mbumo misses a 1v1 chance, and then there was another chance where it was a mess at the back, and Ederson just drops the ball and then collects, palms it away from a shot of Mbumo, I think. We were already in a mess before that goal, so that goal was just an indication. It was what Brentford deserved. It was an indication of how shit we were in that first sort of 15-20 minutes period. And then the ways to find Haaland as well has been so predictive. You give the ball to Kevin De Bruyne, who sort of drifts away into that corner. Then he almost wants to play a 1-2 with Bernardo Silva, or he tries to just cross it from the outside, and that's all. So I actually think we need to get up on that. We need to give more options to Kevin De Bruyne to affect the play rather than just crossing it from out wide. We saw how ineffective that was against Liverpool. Against Liverpool also it was almost the same thing. De Bruyne went out wide and they just smothered the chances. And also we were sort of struggling in the build up as well. There almost seemed to be no spare man, and Ederson had to kick the ball long to find Haaland and things like that. They're showing in the tactical analysis thing as well the one twos of how Brentford have been playing between Mbumo and Tony. Look at that partnership between Mbumo and Tony. We somehow need to break that partnership up. It's somehow with the way Brentford are playing, it's somehow becoming a 3v3 at the back always. But it's becoming even a 3v2 at the back with Cancelo and Stones being a bit high up. It's almost becoming a 3v2 as well in certain situations. So Pep really needs to readjust his formation. Thomas Frank has got one over Pep Guardiola in this half. In a way, you could blame the defense a bit, but it's all got to, you can blame the attack, you can blame the defense, but I think the thing is the formation is the thing to blame for actually. They're showing the goal now, and it will be interesting to see what is the tactical analysis of the goal, who was wrong. They're just rolling on the clip of the goal, but because honestly, when I saw it, I thought none of our defenders were at fault. There was someone there who was playing even Tony on. That is the only thing. I don't know who is he, but someone was playing even Tony on. It will be interesting to see if there'll be any personal change at the break or will there be any formation change? They're showing the statistics of highest percentage of long range passes, and Brentford is almost third. They are 15.6 and Everton has 16% of long range passes. I think just take Gundogan off. It's not that Gundogan has played badly, but put Bernardo Silva in there. He can deal with the 1-2s which Tony and Mbumo are doing. And then you can bring Riyad Mahrez or someone on. The way Foden stuck it was just amazing. It was just out of this world. I'll just be back in a while. I really hope he changes the formation in the second half. I know I've been repeating this like a broken record time and again, but formation needs to change. Just imagine if Riyad Mahrez comes, the way he can cut in and stuff, Haaland will be even more of a threat. It's not now. You know who is passing as Brentford. Sorry, who is the one who's going to put the cross in, which is Kevin De Bruyne. So you just block him. But when Riyad Mahrez comes, he can put the crosses in. Kevin De Bruyne can put the crosses in. Now, if Mahrez comes in, De Bruyne can have a free role wherein he can move to the left hand side as well, right? And put the crosses in from there. Now, the space which Cancelo is getting, maybe De Bruyne can go into that. And you have both the ends where crosses can be put in. So that will be interesting. And first of all, we have to guard against the counter attack of Brentford as well. The way Tony and Mbomo they're exchanging those 1-2s, even that also scares me actually. So it will be an exciting half, second half, sort of a mystery half, second half. I think the players are already going into the World Cup mode, but I mean, would you bring on Calvin Phillips in the midfield, or maybe put Bernardo there in the midfield and put someone in? I do not know. Honestly, I was thinking, how would it be putting Calvin Phillips there in the midfield and instead of Gundogan, and maybe putting Mahrez instead of Bernardo Silva, because Calvin Phillips can deal with those 1-2s even more. He's more of a box to box midfielder, right? That could also be an interesting change actually, putting Calvin Phillips in the midfield. So, are there any changes? The players are coming out, the referee is coming out, but are there any changes? Surely Calvin Phillips is not coming on. He is dressed in his usual sideline jacket, so he's surely not coming on. I think it's bloody the same lineup. He's not made any changes at halftime. Now the thing is there any change to formation? It's the bloody same lineup that is coming out. I think maybe since Brentford is playing a back three, we could actually match it up and play a back three with Stones dropping, Stones, Akanji, and Laporte making a back three, and then Bernardo maybe as a wing back along with Cancelo. You could do something like that maybe with just giving Foden more license to play alongside Haaland. I think we could do more of that. Maybe a 3-5-2 sort of a thing. City to kick this off half off, and we have kicked it off. I would just want to see a little bit tweak here and there, a formation change, tweak from City. What Pep has done. It would be ridiculous if he hasn't tweaked anything in the formation and told them just do the same thing, because that was obviously not working. Aymeric Laporte. Akanji. Manuel Akanji. Aymeric Laporte. Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri.
Your subscription of Amitabh Bachchan, Celebrity Voice expired. Do you want to renew it?
Rodri again.
Your subscription of Amitabh Bachchan, Celebrity Voice expired. Do you want to renew it?
Bernardo Silva there cannot do anything. And Brentford have a throw. This match is on a knife edge, honestly. And the time is also bloody running away so fast. Rodri does well. The plan of Pep would be to camp Brentford on the edge of their half, and we have maybe succeeded in the first minute actually doing that. But Laporte, Foden's actually dropping deep to get the ball. Then who will provide the attacking impetus? I do not know. Foden's dropping deep. Bernardo Silva there, he's staying wide. Bernardo Silva does well to retain the ball. And Brentford are now on trying to break on the counter, but Foden rescues the situation. And Brentford, I think, are just a bit out of shape as well. Foden does very well. The work rate has definitely improved from City. The intensity has improved. Forget about the tactical tweaks, but the intensity has definitely improved from City. There's space there for Kevin De Bruyne to put the ball in, and Rodri there. I thought with a chance to shoot, but no, he doesn't respond well. And it's Joaquin Shallow, and that's a corner for City. Brentford were worried a bit there. This is how we should have started the game. Where was this intensity all day long? Where is Haaland in the box? That's a surprise. Didn't see Haaland in the box attacking that ball. That was the only surprise. Was it a penalty? Is it a penalty? JSK is here. He says, "Hey on, Klopp has the referee's wife." But what the hell, JSK? Again, Bernardo Silva is playing and the formation just doesn't look right. They're appealing for a penalty. This is the fourth penalty appeal today. He has surely pushed Haaland. He has surely pushed Haaland there in the box. He has surely pushed Haaland there in the box. He has surely pushed Haaland there in the box. Why is it not a pen? Why? Maybe it's not a pen then. Maybe I'm getting overpowered. Is the VAR checking it? I don't know. Aymeric Laporte is down and I know it's a genuine injury, but time's just getting wasted. That's the only thing. JSK says don't understand why Ortega is not starting. I actually think he is just a knockout match goalkeeper, at least at City, because you can't just leave out Ederson, right? His passing is just on another level. I know Ortega's passing is very good, but Ederson's passing is just on another level. So I think he'll never play Ortega in the league. But yeah, in the knockout competitions, Champions League, EFL Cup, FA Cup, Ortega has to start. We have seen. Otherwise, we would have been out of the EFL Cup. The way Chelsea had chances, we would have been out of the EFL Cup for sure. It looks to be a nasty injury. Looks to be a very bad injury. There's going to be a big chunk of added time, I think, plus 10 minutes at least at the end of the half, at the end of the match. Good that Foden scored that rocket, otherwise, it would have been an uphill task for us scoring 2 goals in the second half. Foden's goal scoring form has actually been very good this season. What, he's already at 7 goals in the Premier League or 8 goals? Harry Kane, by the way, has 11 goals, so it's still going on. I think the treatment is over and hopefully Laporte is good. Yeah, he's smiling, so that is good to see. I think they'll do a concussion test for him. There will surely be 10 minutes at least added on. I'll just kick the referee if he doesn't add on at least 8 to 10 minutes at the end of the match. I think it's actually a far worse injury than initially would have thought when the clash of the heads happened. So good to see Aymeric Laporte there running and is making his way off the pitch. And Bernardo Silva kicks the match off again with a drop ball. It's Rodri to Rodri to Aymeric Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri again. Cancelo just cross the bloody ball in. What sort of a stupid cross is that? Cancelo, I don't know what he's been. Cancelo retrieves the ball. Ah! Cancelo's shot could have literally gone anywhere. Ah, that was a very good shot from Cancelo. Ah, the defender, I don't know who it was. Brentford defender, he just kept a leg in. Otherwise, I think that was a goal for City. It's a corner, anyways. I don't know what's happening here. Again, they're telling. Again, there seems to be a foul. Brentford player commits the foul on John Stones here. How does the referee not give a penalty on one of these? I don't understand. They're just fouling, and fouling our players from then on. I think this fouling will only stop once the referee gives the penalty for one of those fouls. The corner is retaken again, and it's Kevin De Bruyne with the corner. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden trying to do Laporte trying to do the extraordinary thing there and just couldn't do it. I think he should have maybe passed to Erling Haaland in that situation, but the clock shows 58 minutes, but I think it's a misconception because there'll be at least 10 minutes added on at the end due to Aymeric Laporte's injury in the middle. Phil Foden, their City have a chance to counter it. Erling Haaland is almost set to go, but that was a difficult ball to be played to Phil Foden, and the switch is good. Cancelo retrieves the switch and he gives it back to Rodri. City have been far more mobile in this half. First half we were just absolute crap, absolutely shit. Kenji, Aymeric Laporte. Again for the second time today the ball's just gone over Erling Haaland. The ball's just evading Erling Haaland today. I don't know why. That's a good ball, Phil Foden. It's just sent him a bit wide, I think. But can Shallow just put the bloody cross in from there? There was a chance to pass it back to Kevin De Bruyne there, but I don't know why Cancelo didn't do that. And it has come all the way back to Ederson now. Aymeric Laporte is actually playing wide. I don't know. That was a poor ball into the midfield. And Brentford are going on the counter now. And Akanji does well to retrieve the ball. Aymeric Laporte. The ball almost reached Erling Haaland over there, but even Tony is there, and it's Aymeric Laporte. That's a foul. The foul on Ivory Club court. Look at the way how the Brentford players are actually fouling us. The referee is not doing anything for it. Brentford are making a change. Nogard is coming on. Just get on with the game, Laporte. There's been so many disturbances in the half. There's absolutely been no rhythm. The referee has been crap today actually. It's not at all been good. They're wasting so much of time today. I don't know why. All of this has to be added on, ref. Edison kicks it long. Ah, that was such a difficult thing to take there. The second ball from Haaland, but Brentford have the ball. Manuel Akanji gets the ball. They're trying to press Bernardo Silva. Who do they think they're trying to press? Now the entire Brentford team is taken out. Ah, last dig challenge, but that's a lesson for Brentford and everyone else. Never try to press bloody Bernardo Silva. He literally took four players out on his own, Bernardo Silva. Just because this is what is happening to Haaland. I don't know JSK today. Maybe it seems it's an off day for him. It's just not clicking for him today. Early on in the first half, there was a Kevin De Bruyne chance which Haaland would have buried. Cross from Kevin De Bruyne. He didn't do it. Two headers and the ball went on the top of him. So, not been Haaland's day so far. Aymeric Laporte advancing. Joaquin Shallow. Cancelo and the attackers have not been on the same page today, which is so frustrating. Offside again. They're trying to play that laddie one twos with the head. Embumo and even Tony. Akanji comes out with the ball. Gundogan comes out with the ball. Ah! Gundogan surely should have scored. Gundo, that was the chance. Gundogan surely should have scored over there. What the hell? Gundo, what a wonderful piece of play that was. Gundogan should have scored over there. How did he miss that? How did Gundogan miss that chance? I do not know. Now Brentford are coming forward. That was a good shot from Tony, and Edison collects it. That was a strong shot actually, and Edison does well to get down quickly. Bernardo Silva, but what a chance for Gundogan there. The other end. He should have scored. Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Cancelo. Cancelo is just making all of the wrong decisions today. I don't know why. Get the cover in, get the cover in. Tony had beaten Laporte to that, and Tony gives the ball away. Gundogan in the half space. I think we need Julian Alvarez here. Kevin De Bruyne and him and Haaland are not on the bloody same page. De Bruyne is frustrated now. It's just not clicking for us today. Just not clicking. If not for that Ford and Rocket, it would have been much, much worse for us. Just not clicking. Now the Brentford keeper will take all of the time in the world to kick it. And he has the right to do so. And the referee bloody now gives a free kick in favor of the Brentford player. That's never a foul. Who is this bloody referee? Peter Banks, my foot. It's a long free kick for Brentford, and I don't know why Foden passed it there. Even Tony has the ball. That's the 1-2. That's the interchange. Edison does well to collect it. Rodri does well. Time just ticking by. We just need to test Jose Raya more. What a chance that was for Gundogan early on. Foden tries to strike it from long, but it was never dipping. Will there be another Foden moment? If only this ball just dipped, that would have been 2-1. I think we need a Riyad Mahrez or a Julian Alvarez in these situations. Just don't want Pep to be stubborn and not make any substitutions. What a piece of defensive work that was. It was so close to us going 2-1 down. That's a foul. It's a foul on Gundogan. I think it's the first time in the half that the referee is taking out a yellow card. But let's see what happened there. John Stones, even Tony thinks he's given an open goal, and Laporte does extremely well there to take the ball away. Otherwise, that was 2-1 Brentford. Laporte does very well over there. That is the danger. Be patient, be patient. Aymeric Laporte, Ken Shallow, Phil Foden, Rodri. Ah, it was a bit of a tame strike from Rodri, if not anything. That was in Rodri's range. Maybe the angle was a bit against. I mean, he hit it straight through the middle as well, maybe a bit into the corner. But again, there was no power on it. He just tried to curl it in. Especially when you try to curl it in, you either have to hit it low or you have to make sure it finds the corner at either end. That's offside against the Brentford player. You can see that Brentford have come here for a point, not more than that. Mbumo is going away. He's been a handful today. His 1-2 with Tony has been literally unplayable. It's a Brentford free kick. I don't know why the ref has given a Brentford free kick. The ref has just been a disgrace in this match. Rodri. I don't know for whom Rodri is playing that ball. Why are we not playing Haaland in today? I do not know. De Bruyne has done well to snatch the ball away, and Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. Again, all of the balls De Bruyne has put into the have been over the head of Haaland. I don't know what sort of an accuracy that is. Kevin, Haaland has just not been at it today. Aymeric Laporte, Rodri. That's a corner. No, it's a goal kick. Things are just not going for us. Well, is it a corner? Is it a goal kick? I don't know, but just see Gundogan's reaction. He should have made it 2-0, honestly. That's a bloody goal kick. You can sense by the reaction of Gundogan there. It's well done by Rodri. Gundogan. I don't know what sort of an advantage was there in that the referee just allowed the play to continue on. Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne is now running. It's Erling Haaland. Haaland's making his way through. The ball. De Bruyne should have just sent the ball wide so that Haaland would have had the chance to get onto it. Vinay says remove Gundo, put in Wenger. It just seems, Vinay, that the match is like Pep will not make any substitute. It's sort of that stubborn kind of a match. Cancelo, Gundo, John Stones, John Stones. That was a good rocket there from Cancelo, but Jose Raya saves it. Vinicius Haaland has been linking good. That link up with Gundogan, right? That should have been a goal, Vinay. Just don't know how Gundo missed from there. Again, Gundo! What is Gundogan having today? He's generally a reliable striker of the ball, right? Don't know what Gundogan's had today. He's just not been able to strike it well. I don't know why Pep is not substituting. John Stones. He's done well there. Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne. Ah, Vinicius, we've been missing proper fullbacks. That is true. And this Cancelo is not crossing as well. He's not at all been good. That is true. On the right, we have been missing. And also, we've been missing the pace of Walker. If Walker had been there, then it would just have been a different game. Just that recovery pace. It's a Brentford throw. The clock is just ticking by. Oh, it's a free kick for Brentford. Thus, referee, ref, just remove your shirt and we can see your Brentford jersey behind it. Just one chance. I still feel it's just one chance away. Just like we got in that Fulham game. Just that one chance. It's a bloody throw in for City. And Edison collects it. Even Cole Palmer would have been useful today. Maybe a Rico Lewis. Just put on some bloody fullback who can go up and down and can cross. They are just having a free run at Haaland in terms of fouls and everything, and the bloody ref is not giving anything. The ref as well, Peter Banks. Never want to see him again around Manchester or officiating any City game. He's just been shite. Look at that, both the centre backs have been holding Haaland. The time's just ticking by, bloody hell. Jose Raya with the kick. That was a bad pass from Laporte, but Rodri does well to retrieve it. It's Bernardo Silva who's carrying the ball. Vinay says, what's De Bruyne doing on the wings? That's just an after effect of not having a fullback, Vinay. Fullback who can cross. So someone has to get in that position, right? And it's De Bruyne who's doing it. That's all. Now, De Bruyne playing centrally would have been something else. I think that Gundogan's chance was the chance to break through this rigid Brentford backline structure. Bernardo Silva, Aymeric Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Riyad Mar, sorry, it's Cancelo. He's booked Cancelo for a dive over there. Cancelo apologized, but still the ref is just an idiot. That's very well done. City have come out with the ball. Thankfully, the ref hasn't told that is a foul. Ah, the balls again. Shit. Balls again crap. It's just not been our day. It's just not gone well for us. It's absolutely not gone well for us today. And no substitutions as well. Typical Pep. Phil Foden tried to do everything over there, but it just will not fall for us today. And it's a goal kick. None of the refs' decisions, none of the things. It's good that Foden hit that rocket today. Otherwise, it just we would have been on a losing end. I think it's Josh Da Silva who's coming on. 5 more minutes to go on the clock, but remember that 10 minutes of time which Laporte took. So honestly, I think it will be 15 more minutes. But I wouldn't be stunned if the referee just adds 5. That's how the ref has been an absolute joke. Oh wow. Pep has suddenly realized that he needs to make subs. And Julian Alvarez is on. And Cancelo is off. This is interesting. Cancelo is off and Julian Alvarez is on. I just hope we don't concede. The more and more this game goes on, I'm like, a 1-1 draw is also fine, but no. Yes, Cancelo off and Julian Alvarez on. Gundogan, Julian Alvarez. What the hell is happening to Haaland today? It's just not been Haaland's day. What the hell's happening to Erling Haaland? The cross is behind Haaland. Whereas that would have been 2-1 if it went in front of Haaland. What the hell's happening? Kevin, not Kevin De Bruyne, Phil, Aymeric Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Aymeric Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden. It just doesn't seem we are in line today. Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. And De Bruyne is not in form today. Rodri. Just not falling. And that's not a foul. Come on, ref. Pep is indicating something. Maybe I think it's 10 more minutes to be added on. That's what he's telling. Maybe. Yes, it's 10 minutes to be added on, like Pep told. That's a good save from Edison. Now I feel just let's just take a point and get out of here. Tony does well to get past Aymeric Laporte and Edison does well to save it. Phil Foden with the ball. Kevin De Bruyne retrieves it. Kevin De Bruyne gets on with it. That's a foul. And the referee has to give a yellow card. That's 10 more minutes added on, but 1 minute is already done. It's 9 more minutes. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, trying to cross from the left. Ah! Why is Manuel Akanji shooting? Why can't he just recycle the ball? Why is Manuel Akanji trying to shoot? I don't know. It's 2 minutes done already. Jose Raya with the kick. That was just his offside. Offside flags up. City come again. Rodri. Foden. Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden. Yes, that's a good thing to do. Manuel just don't shoot. Yes, he's given it to Kevin De Bruyne. They just seem to be no opening at all. And that's another injury for Brentford. I think they'll just take the entire injury time out on that. I think we'll have to come to the acceptance here of a no, you can't accept it. You fight till the last moment, especially when you're the champions. Not once, not twice, but four trophies in the last 5 years. Jose Raya. It should be a City throw in. No, it's a Brentford throw in. What a surprise. Ref, can you just show us the jersey that you're wearing underneath after the match finishes? Haaland has just not been at his best today. The service has not been at its best. Somehow seems everyone has just checked off for the World Cup. That's how it seems. Rodri comes out with the ball. City have had 11 attempts, total 26 attempts. It's been that kind of a day. We had attempts, but they've not really threatened the goalkeeper. All the balls to Haaland were either ahead of him or behind him. They're not pinpoint. Foden, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. It's lost it, but City haven't lost it. High and wide. Pep is telling stay high and wide, stay high and wide. 5 more minutes to go. And match can turn in a minute. Real Madrid scored 2 goals in a minute, so we have 5 more minutes. So let us make each second count. Phil Foden, Rodri. I think it's John Stones, but Rodri is just trying to strike it through a crowd. Rodri. think the problem is John Stones the spare man and he's not that good at delivering crosses, right? Ah! It's a corner, but that was a good chance for Foden. You'll have to think at this stage of the game. That was a good chance. Phil, I know there was a deflection on that. That was a good chance. Phil takes the corner. Tony is running through. Tony is running through. What the hell? Brentford score a goal. You just had that feeling today that had to settle for a 1-1 maybe. Had that feeling today. There's a counter attack and Brentford. Ah, we just went for the jugular. There was no one backing up and Brentford just scored. I think he should have just fouled Brentford over there. Sorry, he should have just fouled even Tony over there. There's no offside over there for sure. Ah, what a bad way to end, right? Before the World Cup. What an absolute bad way to end. Now Brentford is going again. Will they score again? Maybe yes. No, they don't score this time. I think the game's done. I think the game's done. Julian Alvarez with one last chance, maybe. Rodri. I think that should be that. Ref, just blow the whistle and bloody get us out of our misery. Ref, just blow the whistle. Look at that, no one attacking the cross. Well, that's been the story of our day. And the ref's blown the whistle. Has he? Yes, he's blown the whistle. In a way, you could say that was what Brentford deserved today. We just weren't at it. We I mean, it sort of seemed that the players just checked out because the World Cup's just next week. It just seemed you could just sense that. I won't say it's an attitude problem, but you just could sense that, 16 players we have in the World Cup squad. So, I mean, playing World Cup for different countries. So, Gundo wasn't at his best. Ford and okay scored that goal, but even Tony scored twice. I think it was from a break, but honestly, we weren't at our levels of fitness. Erling Haaland's just shaking his head. Things just didn't fall well for Erling Haaland. The crosses weren't pinpoint for Erling Haaland. They were either in front of him or they were behind him. Kevin De Bruyne wasn't at his best. So you could actually sense that it was checked off, and in a way you could say that we have these kind of matches, before every season. Last season, remember Crystal Palace? I think we lost at home 3-2. We lost away to them as well. I think Crystal Palace we lost home and away and still won the title. We have these sort of games every season, so I would say there's no need to worry and all because every team. I mean, I can't talk about every team, but you as a team you go through those phases when nothing just falls for you on a day, and that's fine, I think. But at home losing, that's I mean, I do not know in a way how to react to this. I was like, at 90th minute where 10 minutes were added on, I was like, well, let's take 1-1 and just get out of here. Let's just see what happens after the World Cup. But that's how it felt from the start of the game. The formation I thought wasn't quite right. The personnel weren't quite right in sort of positions like Bernardo on the wing. When Julian Alvarez came, suddenly see how well we looked. And honestly, Gundogan should have scored that goal. The link up between Haaland and Gundogan. Gundo messed it up. Cancelo not putting the crosses in when Cancelo had an off game. Cancelo was very, very bad today. Bayaji says Haaland was anonymous whole second half. Even first half as well, Bayaji. Haaland had, I think, two of Kevin De Bruyne's crosses went above his head. One of it, Haaland generally scores it from a De Bruyne cross. He did straight at the keeper. It was a tight angle, but Haaland did not have his usual game actually. So I would say that totally it was an off day for the entire team, and we need to sort that fullback situation out. John Stones is not providing anything from that fullback situation, fullback position. It's just quite becoming. It's just quite becoming monotonous. It's just quite becoming easy for the opponent to guess in the way we are playing. There's no element of surprise in it. So honestly, Arsenal can go 5 points clear if they win their game in hand. So that's fine. We have come back from deficits far better than this. So that's not what is bothering me. Bayaji says Gundo should have been subbed off right after he missed the pass by Haaland. It was a through on goal thing, right? By that Gundo missed. I don't know. I think Pep just waited too late to make the subs. I think Alvarez should have come on at least 10 minutes earlier. I think he should have come on right at the 70th minute or 72nd minute. Pep just wasn't. I mean, you can't blame Pep as well. He's done this in the matches before as well, seasons before, right? He doesn't do substitutions at all. He stays stubborn. We lose the game, but still we bounce back. So I think a positive thing is we have the entire World Cup. Haaland has the entire World Cup to reflect on. Pep has the entire World Cup. You do not know how the season will be after the World Cup, so it will be a complete season, completely new season after the World Cup. It's not gonna matter who will be top at Christmas and stuff this time because there's been an entire break in November. All of the media wants you to believe that who's top at Christmas have always won the league and something like that. But also let them not hide you from the stat that who has played Europa League and Premier League has never won this league in the entirety of its inception. So let the media frame it however they want, but the and strangely the defeat is not hard to take because this is genuinely a defeat that happens every season. It just feels that it has happened at the Etihad. Fans will tell, "Oh, City at home are losing; they're vulnerable." But opposition fans will say, "But every season we have had these games where we have lost." So, but one thing I would say is John Stones at fullback is just not working. And another thing that has surprised me today is why hasn't John Stones played inverted fullback like he generally does? I do not know why he has not done that. Because if he plays the inverted fullback, then generally he prevents all of those counter attacks. Bayaji has never looked in control from the start. Exactly, right from the start, Bayaji, you knew that this was a game that was iffy. You knew right from the start, like it was the you had that look on the players' faces that we played in the midweek, and the World Cups there. The it was just not we were not in it. It is not an attitude problem, but it's just not the mind wasn't there today. So it's just the week before the World Cup and stuff. A lot of excuses to give, and we have never been a fan base, a club that dwells on excuses, so that's why I'm not giving the excuses. But honestly, one thing that surprised me is Brentford is a counter-attacking team, so why didn't you play John Stones in an inverted midfield position? I do not know that. Hopefully, Walker will be back. We missed the recovery pace of Walker. You can't underestimate that. If we had the recovery pace of Walker, you take at least a draw from Liverpool. You take at least a draw here. That is 2 points extra gain. So we are missing the recovery pace. Don't know why Rico Lewis didn't play. Maybe youngster. Maybe don't know. Vinay says, how can Pep do same mistakes again and again? Vinay says, I can guarantee that if you don't get pacey winger proper fullback, won't do good, and some players need exit. Cancelo looked woefully pathetic, right? He did not know what he was doing. I mean, that thing when Cancelo dived by, I won't say when dived, but he fell over on his own by mistake and then he apologized and he got the yellow card. That just summed up Cancelo's month, I would say, right from the slip at Liverpool to Mo Salah to here. It just summed up Cancelo's month. It's just been bad. I won't go too harshly on Cancelo, but it's just been very, very bad actually. So, and we all know that the the very heartbeat of a Pep's team is fullbacks, and you have one fullback in Cancelo who's been woefully out of form, and then you have another fullback in John Stones who's not a fullback. So literally, you're removing the very premise of you're removing the very fundamental element of a Pep team here. In both the fullbacks are not working well. I think Pep needs to go in January and buy at least one fullback there. Maybe a left back or a right back, someone who bloody puts the crosses in. We have got Haaland, but we have not got anyone to put the crosses in now. The situation has reversed. Earlier, when we were not scoring goals, we would have put balls in to bloody Jesus and Raheem Sterling. Now you have bloody a 6 feet 4, 6 feet 5 inch freak of a nature standing in the box, and you don't put crosses in. Just do not know. Bayaji says Cancelo had a brilliant game versus Southampton, and since then he's been on a downward spiral. Exactly. Liverpool comes uh, here, and then Fulham was pathetic. Obviously, everyone knows the red card. This game, I think, if you have to put the blame of this entire defeat on one person, it has to be for me Cancelo. I know I don't like to point out players and put the entire blame on them, but it has to be Cancelo. The reason being, he was the spare man in space, and and he just wasted chances when he had to cross. He wanted to dribble. He never put the first time cross in. He took shots when they were not necessary. He took shots when Kevin De Bruyne was in a far good position, and he refused to cross when the best thing was to cross. And then John Stones, see, both the fullbacks with the spare man today. Both the fullbacks were spare, and John Stones was given space, and John Stones, not being a fullback, could not absolutely do anything with that. So therein lies the problem. Pep needs to just go on and work it out in this World Cup break. And also another thing is, I don't want Pep to come out with this crap of playing Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne, three people in the same game. You play two and give one rest. Gundogan played in the midweek. He was the captain of our team in the midweek. He played against Fulham as well, against 10 men. That would have been tiring. Why the hell were you starting Ilkay Gundogan today? I did not know. The way he took that 1v1 where Haaland passed to him, it really showed. It really showed that Ilkay Gundogan was tired, and like many people were telling here, Gundogan needed to be subbed off. but in a way to look at it on a positive side, you could say that this is good omen for City. Whenever we have lost these kind of matches at home, we have gone on to win the title. Just go on and look at right from 2018. If you look at it, Crystal Palace, we have always been losing to Crystal Palace these kind of games. 3-1. Even last season, I think we lost to Crystal Palace 3-1 or something at home. The season before, we lost home and away to Crystal Palace in the same manner, 3-1, 2-1 or something, and we've gone on to win the title on all of the three occasions. So just look at the positive side, guys. It's a good omen that we need to have those sort of games. That is the hallmark of Pep. He has those sort of games where he doesn't do substitutions. Maybe I think, I mean, this is too far in a way to think, but I think Pep wantedly doesn't make substitutions in this game so that he can just push people, he can just push his players so that they have that rollicking, and he can pump them up. Otherwise it could just become a bit boring for the entire season. I just I mean, there's no need to worry about Arsenal 5 point lead and all of those things. I mean, potential 5 point lead and all. We have to play a 6 pointer with them, honestly, and we have seen far greater leads than this. We have chased down far greater lethal teams like Liverpool, not once, not twice, but thrice. And we have won the league. We have chased down United in 2011. So this is a club who thrives in coming back from behind more than anything else. This is a club who loves to be behind rather than lead from the front. So, not overly concerned about it. This, and honestly, on the fair balance of play, Brentford deserved it. Brentford deserved their moment in the sunshine. So let's give credit where it's due. Let's give credit where it's due for the way Brentford played, for the tactics, for the formations. Formation, we were not at it, and Brentford deserved it. When another team plays well, we are a fan base that when another team plays well, we put our hands up and say, yes, the other team played well and you deserve it. Chinny says, change the score line. Well, I forgot, but now I just don't think there's a necessity to change the score line because everyone knows it. Midfield needs refreshment, Vinay. But honestly, you just think about the midfield: Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan with Rodri. Gundogan played Gundogan and Rodri. They played against Fulham 10 men right from 26th minute, and then they played against Chelsea in the midweek, full 90. I mean, Gundogan was maybe subbed off in the 80th minute. And then here they played almost the full 90. So how can two of your three midfielders play so many games in a row, play a game every 2 days, and still you expect them to be fit? I actually think that the tiredness in the midfield, you could see the tiredness in De Bruyne's eyes. You could see the tiredness in the way Gundogan was making those runs. See the tiredness in the way Rodri was moving. You cannot expect two of your three midfielders to literally play all of the minutes in the entire week. I think the Pep really needed to rejuggle the team a lot. Mahrez and Grealish were in form. You really needed a Grealish today who could just drive at the Brentford defense. You needed a Grealish today who really was his joyful self of being picked for the England team, driving at the Brentford defenses. Mahrez and Grealish were borderline unplayable against Chelsea in the second half, right from the 60 70th minute till the end. They were bloody unplayable, and when two of your players, Mahrez and Grealish, who were out of form, come back to form, you just drop them in the in the next match. And whereas you play your other players who are tired. I just don't understand this with Pep. Why has he started Bernardo Silva instead of either Grealish or Mahrez today? Lot of questions to be answered, lot of questions. Baya just says Pep gives Phillips some minutes for the Chelsea but forgets completely about him today. Exactly. And Bayaji, I thought Phillips was the one whom we needed today for his energy in the midfield, for the way Phillips could switch the play, for the way Phillips could, hold the midfield together. I mean, with Phillips there, Rodri could have actually gone a bit more further. Rodri could have had shots from distance. We know how lethal of a shot Rodri has from distance. We have to remember that Calvin Phillips has handled the entire midfield on his own under Marcelo Bielsa. So Phillips should have actually, hell no, Phillips should have started today. I don't understand that. I mean, the entire midfield. Maybe I would have started uh, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and maybe Jack Grealish in the midfield today, just to give it a little bit of a rejig. Chinny says we need to see the final score on your channel. Well, I'll do that. What is there? What is there in it? They just scored two late. See, Brentford 2 and Man City 1. Just just see the score line, just see the score line, so because you'll never be seeing the score lines again. These are just so rare. They just happen so rarely, maybe once a season. So any of the rival fans who are here, just see the score line. Maybe you can just have a clip of it as well, because you'll not have score lines like these more often. I'm damn sure of it. Vinay says Grealish, Haaland, Foden was the best up front. Bhaiya says now if Pakistan wins tomorrow, my weekend is ruined. It just the weekend just seems like this, Bhaiya. It just seems to it just had to go on that worst path. India losing the India losing the match against England, and this one City losing that too before the World Cup break. See, City lose and then we have a match in midweek or a Champions League match, whatever, then we can just get on with it. That won't the pain will be there one day, but then you have a month gap. That just pains you a lot. Having a month gap and then having your EFL Cup match. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the week is said to be ruined. I don't know. That's how it seems actually for the City fans. And honestly, if you look back at it, the EFL Cup match also had to be ruined. If not for Ortega, we could have maybe lost it 3-2 or whatever to Chelsea. Chelsea had a couple of decent chances in there actually. Vinay says bring back Sane. That's an excellent point, Vinay. You need a dynamic winger and you need a slow winger. And by the way, Bernardo Silva is not a winger; he's a midfielder. So I mean, I still can't get over it that he didn't play Grealish or Mahrez, one of them, and both of them were unplayable against Chelsea. I know I'm repeating this, but both of them were world class against Chelsea, and you put them both on the bench. Why? Why do you put them both on the bench? I don't understand. This is just. I think this is on Pep more than anyone else. This is on Pep. I know Haaland was off color and those things happen, with he is human after all. Those things happen. And Gundogan had a chance 1v1. And also I think Pep's stubbornness to not tweak things at halftime, Pep's stubbornness to go in with the same formation. I actually think that I think that also contributed to the defeat. This defeat is all on Pep Guardiola and his coaching staff for me. Players could be the scapegoats, but for me the manager is the scapegoat today, because okay, you can tell Cancelo didn't do the cross as well, this that, but where is the space, manager? Where is the space, Pep, for the players to move into? It almost seemed that by you playing Bernardo Silva, by you playing certain personnel, by you telling Cancelo to cut inside, bloody cut inside, it almost seems that we ourselves have put ourselves into a box and then gift wrapped it. That's it. We were suffocating ourselves. There was bloody no space to play in. That is my worry here. And you're bloody telling Foden to stay wide. Look at what Pep was telling. He was telling Foden stay wide, Bernardo stay wide. What are the best qualities of Bernardo Silva? Someone tell me the best quality of Bernardo Silva is cutting inside, cutting on his favored left foot and putting the crosses in. What is the best quality of Foden? Cutting inside, running at defenders, making those runs inside. And what have you done? And also, guys, after the United match, has Pep played Grealish and Foden together even once? I don't remember that he has played Grealish and Foden even once after the United match. They have not played together at all. I don't know why. I don't know why is that when against United they just ripped it up along with Haaland. It just seemed so good, that combination. I just do not know why Pep takes these decisions. Bhaiya, this is what's the point of having 100 million player on the bench if you're not going to bring him on when you need a win? Exactly, Bhaiya. Some of Pep's decisions baffle me, but then I think you have to accept the kind of personality Pep Guardiola is. I think you have to accept the world of Pep Guardiola. I think when we love him, I think we also have to take all of his negatives, which are, being stubborn, being li- listening to himself more than, listening to what he's seeing on the field and stuff like that. Maybe it is these are the qualities that make him the best manager in the world. We do not know. I think they say that genius comes with madness, and maybe this is the mad part of Pep Guardiola that we need to accept. Maybe because any sane person here would have bought on Jack Grealish. Any sane person here would have removed Gundogan. Any sane person here would have probably removed Cancelo early on, but Pep didn't do any of that. And also, Pep didn't settle for a 1-1 draw. Maybe I think settling for a 1-1 draw would have been better, but maybe it's that mentality of not settling for a 1-1 draw that has made us win 4 trophies in the last 5 seasons. Maybe. And also on the flip side, maybe not having that mentality to settling for a 1-1 draw is what is not allowing us to progress further in the Champions League. I do not know. Bayaji says swapping wings has become a thing of past, which Sane and Sterling used to do on a regular basis, and how attacking and how mobile our play would be in those days, right? Bayaji, Sane, I was just seeing some clips of it. I almost see it every morning for a few minutes. The clips of David Silva, Leroy Sane, Silva to Sane, Sane to Sterling, cutting in, goal. Otherwise, Sterling to Sergio Aguero, goal. Aguero dropping back, Sane running through. I mean, the pace and the attack of that, no team would have been able to live with that sort of attacking pace. We need a pacey winger. Break the bank for Rafael Leao, I don't care, or else bring on Carlos Borges. Bloody hell, has been ripping it up in the under 18s. Bring on Carlos Borges or Mbude. I maybe think this is maybe one of the drawbacks of maybe letting Raheem Sterling go. I know he's been pathetic since joining Chelsea, but the way Pep has utilized Raheem Sterling, I do not think any other coach in the Premier League will be able to uh, do it. I think if Raheem Sterling would have been there today, I think the game would have been maybe different. Okay, he misses chances, but I think it is in these sort of games, when Sterling is there, the defenders they generally defend a bit deep. Sterling literally drags defenders out of their position just for his pace. So I think it is the first game where I've actually felt that maybe we missed a Sterling sort of a player today just for his pace. I mean, a pacey player today. I won't just name Sterling, but that sort of a player who in the past would have made a difference in this match. Vinay says Pep won't trust young players so easily. Vinay says Bryden Mitoma can be the answer. He's been taking on defenders many times. I know Mitoma is there, Vinay, but again he also cuts inside, right? I think looking at it, we need someone with raw pace, with pace to burn, literally, like a Rafael Leao, like a Saint Ellen Maxim, like a Carlos Borges. So I actually think we need players like that actually. So I don't know what Pep will do in the January transfer window. What Pep will do, and that and I know I'm repeating it again, but I don't think there's a need to be too much bogged down by this defeat. I know it's happened right before the World Cup, but I think as champions, we we need to face it. I think it's fine. I think they have been part of our journeys in the past so many years. And for people who say Arsenal can win so many things, so many matches, they are not losing matches. Well, to put it into context, Liverpool lost one match, I think, in the 2018-19 season, and we lost four, and we still won the title. Last season, I think Liverpool lost bloody one match, and we lost three or something like that, and still we won the title. So and titles are bloody not decided in December or something like that. So let us just move on from this. But big lessons here, and I hope these lessons will be useful somewhere in the down the line in the future. Vinay says with this lineup, probably 5 to 6 games have been draw or lose, especially with Bernardo, Gundogan, and KDB playing in the same team, right? I think those three, when you say draw lose, I think those Newcastle comes to mind with me. The early parts of the first half of Crystal Palace when we were losing 2-0. Yes, at least 2-3 games come to my mind easily with this lineup of Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan. I think the best thing today should have been Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and then Kevin De Bruyne. The reason being Bernardo Silva would have prevented the counter attacks of Brentford. Bernardo Silva would have prevented the 1-2s that Tony and Mbumo were playing. Bernardo Silva is one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world right now, and you're bloody playing him at wing. Either play him at the box-to-box position or just don't play him. Alvarez looks so much in form, right? I think in the first 2 minutes of when Alvarez came, we almost created a chance where the cross just went behind Erling Haaland. So I know it's a hard defeat to take, but let us just take it in and take the punch on the face and give credit to Brentford where it is due. That is what champions do. That's the mentality of uh, that is the mentality that champions must have, and we'll bounce back. I'm absolutely sure of that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And I know it's not been an enjoyable show. None of City's defeats or even draws are enjoyable, but again, kudos to the level we have reached that even draws are not enjoyable for us. We have want to bloody hunt down the target. We want to bloody win. That is the mentality of champions, and it's actually good when you feel bad when you lose. You feel so bad that I'm feeling so bad that I just want to shout on the top of my voice, and that's how you need to feel. That's the mentality of champions. You need to feel bad about the defeat, then learn from it, take it on the chin, and move on. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and take care, and I'll see you all again.